Boxing is beautiful in the ring. You get tight guards, clean combos, discipline, and power. But out here, on the streets, in chaos, when everyone's swinging bottles, or there's more than one guy, boxing starts to fall apart fast. The problem isn't that it's useless. It's that it's designed for rules, gloves, and referees. When survival hits and there are no weight classes, no breaks, and no points, it's just who's left standing and breathing, boxing's gonna get exposed. Before we begin, I just want to say thanks for tuning into the Urban Warrior Podcast, your number one source of self-defense, survival, and the supernatural. I'm your host, and today I'm going to be talking about why boxing sucks for self-defense. If you like this type of content and you want more, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and join me for further conversation over on my Discord. And I will be live streaming this type of content over on your favorite platform, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Kick, all of them. I'm on like 10 different platforms at one time. Whatever you prefer, I'm on there. Links are going to be in the description. Without further ado, let's get it. So firstly, boxing was built for the ring, not the streets. Boxing thrives in a world with rules. No clinch, grappling, no kicks, no dirty moves. Real life doesn't play that game. When fists fly outside the gym, you're not up against a trained opponent. You're up against chaos, concrete, weapons, and numbers. And that fancy footwork won't save you when you slip on gravel or get grabbed by your jacket. Boxing's skill set is powerful, but it's limited. It leaves you exposed when someone closes the gap, tackles you, or swings something sharp. The bottom line, if your system depends on space, rhythm, and control, you're already losing the fight the moment those vanish. Also, boxing doesn't teach situational awareness. Boxers train to face one person in a square, but real-world threats don't announce themselves like that. They jump you from behind, hit you with distractions, or bring friends. You can't bob and weave out of a knife you don't see coming. The boxing mindset is tunnel vision. It's about domination, not detection. So the bottom line, in a street fight, awareness beats power every time. If you can't read the room, you won't survive it. Also, boxing guards get you cut or grabbed. The high guard works great with 16-ounce gloves, but bare knuckles changes everything. You block a punch like that in real life, and you'll smash your own hands. Worse, it leaves your body and arms in an easy reach or grab. It leaves your body and arms in easy reach for grabs, locks, or weapons. Real attackers don't box. They swing, stab, and crash in. Bottom line, a tight guard means nothing if it turns into a trap. Your hands aren't shields, they're tools. Use them wisely. Next, footwork fails in tight spaces. Boxers move like dancers in open space, but the street isn't a gym floor. You're in parking lots, bathrooms, hallways, and stairwells, all tight and uneven. You can't pivot around a wall, and you can't slip punches when someone's got your shirt. Boxing movements depend on freedom, survival depends on adaptation. The bottom line, if your feet can't move, your style better still work. Boxing doesn't teach that. Also, boxers don't train for weapons or multiple attackers. A boxer's worst nightmare isn't another fighter, it's the unknown. Add a knife, a bat, or a second attacker, and that entire playbook goes out the window. You can't parry your blade, and you can't counterpunch a swing from your blind side. Boxing's singular focus on one-on-one duels, leaving you dangerously unprepared for survival scenarios. The bottom line is, if you can't deal with multiple threats, you're not training for survival, you're training for a sport. So also, the adrenaline dump kills techniques. Typically, boxing matches build up slowly, but street fights explode. The instant adrenaline hits, fine motor skills vanish. That crisp combo you drilled, gone. You're in full panic mode. Boxers who've never trained for chaos don't know how to think or breathe through it. Boxing trains precision. Survival demands instincts. Bottom line, technique without control under stress is just a memory you won't recall when it counts. In addition to that, conditioning doesn't equal endurance under fear. Yeah, boxers are conditioned. They can go rounds in the ring, Yeah, boxers are conditioned. They can go rounds in the ring, but real world stress is a different monster. The fear, the noise, the blood, that burns energy in seconds. Boxers aren't used to psychological exhaustion of fighting to stay alive. Sports stamina and survival stamina are two different currencies. Only one keeps you alive when it's not for points. Bottom line, you can be fit, fast, and still fall apart if your mind isn't ready for panic. Also, boxing lacks dirty tactics. The streets don't reward clean technique, they reward ruthlessness. No one cares about rules or honor out there. You bite, gouge, shove, run, whatever it takes to survive. Boxers are conditioned not to do those things, and that mental block can get you hurt. You can't jab your way through an ambush. You need aggression and unpredictability. So the bottom line, if your style limits your mindset, it limits your survival. So my final analysis, boxing's reality check. Boxing builds great fundamentals: power, timing, confidence, but it's a sport, not a system for survival. Once you strip away the gloves, the refs, and the safety, it's just a small piece of a much bigger picture. You need something that mixes awareness, mobility, and the willingness to get dirty. So my survival grades is, for self-defense, I give it a C+. Great if you hit first, weak if you don't. When it comes to like doomsday survival, if this is all that you know, I will give it a D. It has no answer for grabs, doesn't use weapons, it doesn't really bring the chaos or have you in a position to where you can do well against chaos. So my final verdict, boxing looks good under lights, but survival doesn't care about how good you look, only if you walk away. So that'll do it for why boxing sucks for self-defense. If you made it this far, thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the description section. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Whether or not you disagree or agree is perfectly fine. Just try not to get yourself banned or blocked from this channel. Other than that, I will be live streaming more of this type of content over on your favorite streaming platform, Twitch, here on YouTube, TikTok. And so if you want to join the panel where I'm going to be discussing martial arts, self-defense, survival, and the supernatural, feel free to give me a follow. All of the links are going to be in the description section. Also, again, get your free copy of my book, How to Escape the Matrix. A lot of people are tired of the system. I'm giving away a free ebook. It is on my website. Link is going to be in the description. And being that this channel is not yet monetized, I would appreciate your consideration for additional support. If you have some change in the seats, the lowest tier is even as low as $1.75 on my Patreon. Link for that too is going to be in the description. So I will be back with another video. Join me on Discord where we keep the conversation going after hours. Link for that is obviously in the description. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. This is Urban Warrior Survival signing out. Peace.